Danny, big news this week, signing Cameron Lancaster. Obviously, he's got a big reputation around here. So tell us about that decision to bring him back.
Yeah, I think ultimately we've been looking on the market for a 9, given where our injuries are at the moment. Cam is somebody that understands the cultural expectations here at Louisville City. Someone that obviously has relationships in the locker room, with players already, which is important to me. And then on top of that, he's a natural goal scorer. I think, there's no secret we've wanted to be a little bit better from the attacking standpoint this year. I think we've been excellent defensively, and Cam is a pure finisher. So, our hope is that he can come in, get integrated quickly with the new shape from when he was here last, and put him in the best position possible to do what he does best, which is score goals.
What's been your message to him since he came back? What's been the conversations that you guys have had about his role and what kind of player?
I think a big thing right now is he's hungry, right? He feels he's got a lot to prove, and I feel this is a great place for him to do that. We've spoken about the defensive side of the ball, the understanding of what is needed, when you're playing here. He understands that. He's had a good first couple of days of training, and again, we're looking forward to seeing what he can do on the weekend or the following weekend. We'll see.
I don't know if you've already spoken to this, but can you provide an update specifically on the injuries you guys are facing right now and tentative timeline?
You got a pen? Let's see. Guido is out, hopefully back here soon. Brian is out. Don't have a timeline on Brian. Jake is out, probably looking at another couple weeks. Let's see. Zach is obviously out. I know I'm missing somebody. There's one more I can't think of on the top of my head. But that is what it is. I think up to this point, what has been incredible to see is where we're at the moment in the table from a results perspective. Given the injuries that we've had, a lot of guys have stepped up in different moments, in different positions. And ultimately it's about trying to get these guys healthy so that we feel that we have the depth and the competition in training, most importantly, to put us in the best position possible as soon as possible. Phil will be out this weekend, but that will be personal reasons, not due to injury. We left him out against Monterey. He was dealing with a little bit of a strain. He's been back in training. That was more precautionary to leave him out there, given where we are higher up the field at the moment. But he will be out an excused absence this Saturday.
It's a good performance for you guys over the weekend. Ended that 3-game winless run. How do you feel like that pushes you going into it?
Yeah, asked the group for a complete performance, and I felt they certainly gave that in every phase. Thought we created a lot of chances, thought we were difficult to break down, limited chances. Our intensity was good, our relentlessness was good. I thought it was excellent. But again, it's about making sure that you don't get complacent on that. You understand what it takes to put in that type of performance week in and week out. And hopefully bring the same thing to Loudoun it's a difficult place to get to and to play for sure.
Just briefly on that, you go from all the way on the West Coast and all the way on the East Coast. You just mentioned it's a difficult place to get to. This is a hard travel part of the schedule.
Yeah, well, we're used to it. It's like the 5th time we've gone coast to coast, back to back. So honestly, it's out of our control, right? So ultimately, we have to just figure out how to deal with it, manage the training loads in the middle of the week to put ourselves in a good spot. It is going to Monterey, 3-hour layover, getting back at 3:30 in the morning. Makes us on Tuesday have to do a little bit less than we typically do, and then obviously back to Loudoun, different time zones. So, but the guys have handled it really well up to this point already. When you look at the Sacramento trip and where we were coming from there, when you look at Open Cup in the middle of the week, the guys have done a great job. Now, some of the injuries are due to a crazy travel schedule and things like that. But all we can do is again control what we can control, and that's not something that we can, unfortunately.
Third time you played Loudoun already this year.
Yeah.
Does that make it easier to scout them or more difficult to scout them?
Well, it makes it a little bit more difficult to prepare because teams can change anything, right? The first 2 games have gone our way. I expect them to change a few things. Those are things that we can't predict, but we can focus on doing the right things tactically and focus in on ourselves. And I think if we do that and we have that intensity and mentality that we need, especially on the road, I think we'll be in a good spot.
And then it's a Jagger Meister Cup game.
Yep.
Do you treat this any differently, or is it just the next game on the schedule?
Well, I would say it's a little bit of both. It is the next game, but you do, given the format of it, you have to be cognizant of the format as you're going into it. But we're going to win the game. That's it. If you end up tying the game, obviously there's a different outcome there when you look at penalties. But we're excited about it. It's going to be a big game. It's a big opportunity to compete for another trophy, and that's how we're going into it. Good. You got it. Thanks, guys.